We're recording. All right, awesome. So yeah, so thanks for joining us for our strategy session. Tonight we were going to talk a bit about the Dream 500 contest that we're having, and talk a little bit about it, and then we can brainstorm some ideas of ways to earn more points and that type of thing. So I'm going to do just a little bit because I don't know where. Well, it's great because it refreshed my memory when I read through this stuff today. But I don't know where everyone is at with what they know about the Dream 500. So I was just going to quickly go through what it is and what it means, and then how we can earn points. And then we can all kind of, if you guys have ideas or strategies or things that you're working on to earn points. But the points will make sense when I actually talk about the actual contest. But I have a whole bunch of notes here. Where's my notes? Okay. So, and this is recording, so for people who are watching as well. So for those of you who don't know much about Dream 500, it's a contest that Young Living announced during convention. It kicked off on July 1st, and it's through September 30th. So from July 1st to September 30th, you have a chance to earn a variety of points by doing certain things, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And the top 100 point leaders will win an all expense paid to Bora Bora in the French Polynesia for themselves and a guest, which would be super amazing in one of those cool like huts that's out on the water. So cool. And it's called the Dream 500 because the top 100 get the Bora Bora trip, and then the top 101 to 500 get other prizes as well. Top 101 to 200 is a regional dream adventure with exact destinations to be unveiled later. That sounds exciting. And then 201 to 500 get 6 months supply of Ningxia Red and Thieves products, and some other things as well. So super cool. And so you don't know who's going to be, right? Because somebody could have 1,000 points or 10,000 points. We have no idea how that's going to work out. But what I think is really cool about that, well, Bora Bora be amazing. Anyone can start earning prizes by getting 20 points, 30 points, and 40 points. And then there'll be a leaderboard for the top 500. And you can earn points. I'm actually going to show you guys this. 1 second. You can earn points by doing, I'm in Tracy Black Nielsen's Facebook group, and she does an excellent job. So I have just saved all of her Dream 500, all of her Dream 500 things. Okay, so of course I don't have the graphic for, anyway. Okay, so you can earn points by doing the following things. You earn, and I'll have a cool graphic for some other things in a second. So you can earn 1 point by enrolling a new member with a premium starter kit, or reactivating a new member, and I believe that's also with a starter kit, or possibly 100 PV. I'm unclear on the reactivation, but anyway, 1 point for a new personal enrollment. 3 points for getting anybody that you enroll on Essential Rewards. So anyone that is currently on your team that is not yet on Essential Rewards, you get 3 points if they get on Essential Rewards. So, and then of course for your new people. So if you sign someone up tomorrow and they got on ER at enrollment, that's 4 points right there. 5 points for anybody that you've personally enrolled ranks up to a new rank. And that must be a first time rank up. So if they've been senior star and they fell back, it doesn't count if they hit senior star again. It would be if they hit executive. And then 7 points is if a personal enrollment qualifies for a silver bound bonus. And silver bound is another program that Young Living has, and Mary's going to do an awesome call on that next week. And we can talk a little bit about that, but I'm still a little not fully, I would have to look at my notes to talk about silver bound, but clearly you're getting a lot of points for it. So enrolling people, getting people on ER, helping others rank up, helping others get those silver bound bonuses of people that you've personally enrolled. So a lot of really great ways to earn points. And then with 20 points, now I have the image. Okay. Let me find the image. Okay. So I definitely want to go to Bora Bora. I don't know about you, right? Man, you want to go, but 20 points. Here we go. I I'm clicking there we go. Okay. Can you see the dream oils? The thing?
Yep.
Okay. So with 20 points, you get, so anyone who earns 20 points can get this. You get a cute little box with blue tansy, kunzia, and jasmine. So that's retailed over $300. If you get 30 points, the same 20-point prize plus a bottle of rose. And if you earn 40 points, the prize is for 20 and 30 plus neroli, Freriana frankincense, Palo Santo, helichrysum, ledum, and hong kwai. So super cool. And I really think that anyone who is interested in shooting for this, everybody can earn 20, 30, 40 points. And then you'll be somewhere on the leaderboard, right? Who knows how you can earn 10,000 points if you keep going. But I think it's awesome that 20 points, 30 points, 40 points, it's so, so, so doable. And I wanted to show, where is it? Whoops, it's hard when I can't. Okay. Every time I go up, the little drop down goes down. There we go. Let me find the, here is it. I have too many tabs open. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And here are the dream prizes. The dream prizes. That's the, well, she just has so the Bora Bora trip, we all know Bora Bora, and then tier 2 is that regional adventure, and tier 3 is that dream bundle project with the product bundle with the Nisha Red and the Thieves bundles. So super, super cool and super doable. And so really, I mean, it's focusing on your personal enrollments that you already have, right? Enrolling new people. What I think is interesting, every time and building a business with Young Living in general, whether it's focusing on a contest or not. Hey, Sheila, it's always the same things, right? It's educating people about Young Living and getting them signed up, right? Enrolling. It's educating them about the product, encouraging them to get on Essential Rewards, so Essential Rewards, and then helping others share or, helping them strategize and stack their business. So this is no different. It's enrolling people, getting people on ER, and helping them to rank up or helping them to get a silver bound bonus. One of the things I thought that was really, really cool is there is a tracker. Actually, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to put it, well, I can put the link. I can put the link in the chat, but it'll be in our Facebook group. And then Kay and Ashley will also put it in their Facebook groups. So if you don't grab the link right now, it's not a big deal. But there is a tracker. I'm not sharing my screen anymore, so I'm going to share my screen again. Actually, click on the link. Can you see, do you see the tracker? Did it? Yes, okay. You see the tracker? Okay. So it could be something you could just print out to kind of keep track of your points as you enroll Jane Doe, you get Jane Doe on Essential Rewards. It is reactivate with 100 PV. There's a column for that. You help help Jane Doe achieve a new rank. You help that person with a bonus. So I think that's a really handy little tool as well. And there was a cool way that you can earn, so even something like enrolling your spouse, if you haven't done that yet, enrolling your spouse and getting your spouse on Essential Rewards, that would give you 4 points. Helping your spouse rank up to star would give you more points. I mean, so there's ways to even just kind of think about building these points. You can get 16 points from one new sign up, theoretically. So if you enrolled Jane Doe, 1 point, right? Got her on ER, that's 3 points. Helping her rank to star or whatever, that's 5 points. Helping her get the star silver bound bonus, that's 7 points. That's 16 points right there for one person, which would be something that'd be doable in a just under 3-month time period. And then does anyone have, so because tonight's not really about Silverbound, but Silverbound is about helping people get to different ranks with like leg structure in place a little bit. So for somebody to get the star Silverbound bonus, it would be the star has to have 500 OGV, which is standard for a star, but then 2 legs under them would have 200 OGV each. So it's a way of helping others strategically place their business. And that's true for like a senior star, an executive. It's just the numbers get bigger, if you will. Am I still sharing my screen? No. Okay. I didn't want to be, so. All right. So it's enrolling people, it's getting people on ER, and it's helping people rank up. What does anyone have any, I don't know, maybe we'll focus on one first. Does anyone have any ideas or strategies or anything that they're doing currently for enrolling, getting people enrolled or reactivated?
I had a question first. Was there a limit for first time on ER? That doesn't count people who had been on ER or like get back on unless it's been like 2 years or something.
I thought it was it's like there's a significant time period. Yeah.
And for reactivations, do you know, is it?
Don't know. That's a good question.
I was trying, some of the wording was a little funky and I couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, not that any reactivation would be great. Oh, sorry, you're too reactive to reactivate you.
I don't get a point for you.
No points for you, forget it. I was just curious, because I think there's some limitations on those, but not going to stop me. But at the same time, I was just curious.
Right, but it's good to know, especially if you're using the tracker and that type of thing. I know the ER, they've not, if they were off ER, it's like somebody can't get off ER and then sign back up the next month. But I don't know that.
Yeah. So
I feel like that those two issues, I feel like the wording's always confusing. I feel like the story.
Yeah, they have to be off for 6 months. Is that what the 6 means?
Okay. Oh, do hold up 6. I had the thing open.
Yeah.
So off ER for 6 months? Got it.
Okay.
Is the reactivation 2 years? Does anyone know? I don't know.
I don't know.
To earn points.
Yeah.
Well, so, and for those of you that don't know, you can get your personally enrolled inactive list from Young Living. You can get it at any time. So if you're silver and above, you email leadership support and just say, I'd like my inactive list, and they send you an email, or call leadership. That's fine too. And the customer service can help you with that also. And they send you a spreadsheet of your inactives. They used to send a list of your inactives going back forever. So if you've been building a business for 10 years, you would get a list of every single inactive. Now I believe it's a year, maybe a little longer than a year.
2 years.
Is it 2 years? Okay. Because then it does
and it's only you're personally enrolled, so it doesn't count anyone that was placed under you.
Correct. It's only you're personally enrolled.
So I love for new enrollments or even getting people on ER. And Cheryl's going to do a strategy session on it, but she's been doing Facebook parties, which is so funny because we've been kind of, a thought process has been to never call it a party, call it a class. But I think that's when it's in person and you're trying to do a class and people think it's a party and they're popping in the middle of the presentation, it can be a little more problematic. So it's nice to let them know there's an educational portion. But on Facebook, people are used to going to Pampered Chef parties and all this, and they know I'm going to hop on and people are expecting me to spend something where you might not think going to a class that you're going to spend some money. So it's been a great way to, especially with COVID, to get to people, and it's very little commitment from people. So if you can get friends to hey, host an online party, they know what that means, as opposed to a class. They'll be like, what do I got to do for a class? But they're like, oh, I can host a party and do a quick 1 week, 2 week, whatever you want to do, and post about the starter kits and things how to use oils, all the things that you would do in a class. And it's a great way to reach new people and get enrollments. Or even for people that are current members, people are welcome to invite people for, we're doing I have my kit now what, which you could easily do one of those too. And people who are either newly enrolled or have had their stuff for a while and just haven't used it. Sometimes it's just a matter of not knowing what to do, or how to start, or feeling overwhelmed, or just getting out of the habit. So sometimes when you get in front of people again, it can inspire them. So that can inspire both reactivations or essential rewards, and letting people know what to get. Because sometimes people are like, I don't know what to get. What do I get? More oils? And that's sometimes someone discovered a member who was just thought she had to get the same thing every month. So for like 7 months, she was getting the same thing. And it was like, no, you can get whatever you want, like change your order. And things that, I mean, there's so many things you can replace. It's amazing, right? So whether it's supplements or soaps or, I mean, there's things that people were like, oh, if I knew you had XYZ, I would have been on Essential Rewards. So, well, we do. We've got pretty much everything. So those are great ways, just a few ideas to encourage both signups, reactivations, and Essential Rewards. So
you guys have been so creative with utilizing the Facebook parties, and it's not, well, and I know Cheryl's going to do a thing on it as well, but it's, if you've ever gone to like an online Pampered Chef or one of those online Norwex parties in a Facebook group, right? A private little separate group. It's cool, especially during this time period, right? I think so many of us, I mean, we're on Zoom right now, but I think a lot of people are kind of tired of Zoom sometimes.
right.
Yeah.
I know the problem used to be to teach people how to use Zoom. They didn't know what it was. And now people are like, I know what it is and I'm tired of it. So, you know,
but later they'll know how to use Zoom.
Right. I mean, that's the good thing, right? But for right now, they're like, I'm tired of talking to Cousin Sue every week.
Zoom bingo or whatever, or at least their kids will know how to use Zoom. Yeah, those are great ideas, especially ways to educate and talk to people, especially as we're limiting, well, depending where you live and all that, but limiting in-person interactions and stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
One of the things too, so speaking about getting on Essential Rewards, I'm always just what Mary was talking about. It's amazing, especially people who've been members for a while, who we feel we talk about this stuff, whether it's in the Facebook groups or whatever your leaders do as far as sending emails or texts or all the education. But there's always like, oh, you have skincare? Like, it's always like, how did you not know we have skincare? And educating on that type of stuff, and really the ditch and switch and how ER can be so beneficial. You can also run a report in your virtual office for people not on Essential Rewards. When you go to reports and customize, it's not on ER or not on auto ship, and you can sub it too, where it's just your personally enrolled. So we'll spit you out a list for your personally enrolled, not on Essential Rewards, which is a cool way to, I mean, it won't tell you if they've recently gotten off Essential Rewards, but you could do a little digging individually if you needed to. But really, you would, even if it's not for points, you would hopefully want them to be back on Essential Rewards to be enjoying all these awesome products. You can always reach out then to that, like Kelly and I do that a lot. We'll pull a report for a subset of our downline, and then contact those people either individually or invite them to the group, a Facebook class or something like Mary was talking about, but a way to really tone in onto certain people. And you could offer a promo or a raffle and stuff like that. There's a lot you can do with those reports in the virtual office. It's pretty amazing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about anyone else? What are you guys doing to enroll, educate ER now, whether it's for Bora Bora points or not? Just in general, just in July of 2020. Oh, Sheila, did you raise your hand? I don't know. Sometimes people do that accidentally.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Oh, God. Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
No, I know this is like, I should know better by now, but I have to ask this question. Yeah. And it's always in my mind. When you enroll someone, like hopefully that will be happening for me soon, and I will have a wonderful person enjoying the oils. But is that, if it does the PV go towards the kit, go towards the rewards? Or if you could sign them up for does it count towards the $50, I guess, if they buy a kit, to go ahead and sign up?
On Essential Rewards, the monthly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you could sign them up right then and there. Does that work?
Yeah, yes. They changed that a year ago or so, that now when you sign up, your kit can count, your 100 PV, your kit can count as, or her kit could count as her first Essential Rewards order. And then she sets up her order for the following month for the 50 PV for the next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is, and then they get the, so she would get, 10 points back right on her initial thing, which is a great way. Mia, you do an excellent job of getting people on ER at enrollment. Mia?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you explain it to them?
I feel like I tell them that I'm like letting them in on the secret, like the way I'm helping them with, it's kind of like there's just a way we can put your order in. And if we put your order in this way, that you're just learning about more of the products that the company has, there's no obligation, and you're going to get a free oil and 10 PV, which is like $10. So it's kind of like it's a freebie. And if you choose not to do it next month, you're not going to be obligated to it. I'm going to call you and make sure I will remind you ahead of time and help you. And if you want to place an order next month, then I give them like an incentive the next month to place an order that I will give them, depending on the person, $10 product credit or free shipping. It just kind of depends, but I always give them something the second month to continue. And they're also in my fast start, so I'm getting that 25% back. So it's a wash for me anyways. And then it kind of gets them, after they've done it 2 months, then it's like, oh, I get this. All right, yeah, I'll do it another month. And I'm like, just go month by month. It's no commitment, and I always tell them it's so easy. If you decide I don't want to do it in the summer months, or I don't want to do it, during Christmas time, you have that skip month. And then if you decide you want to start and stop again, you can. So I just kind of make it very light, that it's easy, because I think sometimes if you give people too much information, it's kind of like, what does this mean? So just trying to make it easy. And I signed my mom up last week. She decided to get the super CBD kit. And then I didn't realize, because it costs a little bit more, you get more PV. And so she was like, I think it was like $175. And then we did everything. We hung up the phone because she was a reactivation. So I had to call in. And then I was kind of doing some things, and then I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, she's so close to 190. She would get the, Genius and Common Sense. So I called up, and they were so nice. They added it on there. So I just, threw something on her order. So that's something neat, like to keep in mind too, when people are signing up. And then even to, let them know about the ARIA or something, or if they want to add a little bit to their order too. I mean, especially getting Genius and Common Sense, those are two great oils that it's kind of becomes a wash, that you're going to spend an extra $90, but you're getting, $90 worth of oils too. So
that's awesome. That's so smart.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm like, because there's so much to tell them about in the beginning, so it can be too much.
Yes.
It's like, but wait, there's more.
Funny.
It's like so much. It's true.
There is.
No, similar to Mia, Kristen Boucher, Crossline, who is amazing, does, and I love the way she explains it. And I saw it recently, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she told me that, and I forgot. She explains it very similarly. She's like, well, you can get all this, the diffuser and blah, 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 and 12 oils, or you can get 13 oils with and pay the same amount. Do you want to get 12 or 13? Oh, well, I want to get 13. Okay, well, all you need to do is sign up for Essential Rewards. And it's like, it's just a total no-brainer. She's like, why wouldn't you get a 13th oil for free? So it's like, oh, like this month you get a free bottle of Envision when you sign up, and just we'll put in an order for next month that you can look at and things like that. So I love that, yeah, why wouldn't you do a 13th oil, as opposed to, you don't have to, it's okay, you don't have to do monthly. That's not the way to sign people up.
That's what I still do on occasion, not all the time though. And then as I do it, I'm like, why? But like stop it. I love that. Yeah, 13. Why wouldn't you want 13 oils for the same price and $10 back, really, right, with the 10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would just continue that, like in September, if they end up with the free shipping, that they stop offering the oil at the 100 PV, I'll just keep doing it myself. I'll say that, you know, if you decide to start up with ER, you'd still get the 10 points for your 100 PV. And then I'll say that you'll get like whatever I have in my inventory, you know, free orange or whatever. And even if I have to ship it to them separately, it's worth it to get them, I think, that connection to ER. So, which who knows, they might not even end up doing that anyways. So,
And they get free shipping. Well, in September they'll get free shipping, which is
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, which they're getting that too. So. I was thinking of doing an open house also in my backyard. So I could even do like little DIY stations and have them socially distant stations in the backyard, and just have a day that I'm available, and I'll kind of have the stuff ready. And then I'll just tell people to let me know when they're stopping by. Just because I have a lot of local people that are already on my team. So not necessarily new prospects, but just kind of reaching out to I have a lot of like friends that have gone inactive. So I thought that would be a nice way of connecting with them too. So hence the need for the tent.
That'll be fun too, especially as people are like craving interaction and, you know, being with people, and that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And what about strategies or anything for, or what people are doing for, helping others rank up, right? Which is generally speaking, helping others build their business. Sometimes it could be, if it's a spouse or something, like building the business for them. And at the same time, helping towards silver bound if that person can qualify for silver bound. I love looking. I know Kelly and I we use Oily Trends, which is an app. I just wish someday Oily Trends and Tools will just merge into one.
Yes.
I think that's going to happen, but whatever. But Oily Trends has where you can see who's close to rank. So you can run, it doesn't break it down into personally enrolled. So that's the only thing. You can look in this in their virtual office too, if you play with the reports a little bit. But it will show you who's close to, you know, star, senior star, et cetera. There's a little toggle down for the different ranks. And then there's a close to re-rank if somebody has lost the rank and is close to ranking back up. But when we look at the close to rank, it's a cool way to be like, oh my God, because sometimes people don't know, especially speaking for the this Dream 500, because ranking to star, it helps. I mean, it gives you points, right? And a lot of people don't necessarily, because they may have placed a 400 PV order, right? And you have to have 500 OGV. So they could be close to hitting star. They might not have a clue. And then being able to reach out to them, you know, hey, if that person's interesting in sharing with someone, hey, do you want to sign up your mom or your best friend? Or sometimes even if it makes sense how you're stacking, if strategically placing someone that you enroll under that person, that gets you to that. If it boosts them above the 500, that gets you a rank up 5 points, and possibly even the silver bound thing, the 7 points, depending if they qualify for that.
I didn't think about that. So the rank up doesn't have to be the same qualifications as a silver bound.
No, rank up, you get 5 points for somebody ranking up to a new rank for them. Okay. And then it's another 7 points if they qualify for a silver bound. So if they rank up to star and qualify for the star silver bound, that's 12 points.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that double whammy there because I was.
And that's why with the new
on silver bound, it kind of rolled into it, but it's two separate things.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Yeah. When I first read it too, I was thinking it was 7. Like it was 5 if they ranked up, but 7 if it was silver bound, like one or the other.
That's a crap ton of points.
Yeah. And that's why I was looking in Tracy's group. She's the one that she broke it down about getting 16 points with one new enrollment. So if it's a new enrollment, you get a point, get that new enrollment on ER, you get the 3 points, help that new enrollment rank to star, you get 5 points. And because that new enrollment's going to be within that short time period, they can qualify for the silver bound. You could get 7. Yeah. So 16 points with one person, theoretically. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So looking at that rank, whether it's oily trends or diving down into your reports in your virtual office to see who's close to any rank can be super, super beneficial for everyone, because then that person will probably get a little paycheck, right? And then helps build everyone's business depending where they're located, and can get you points for the Dream 500.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of good to get an idea like where you're going to put people, and knowing what ranks. I was thinking of just making a list of all my distributors, and thinking of people that you could encourage to work towards STAR, because I know last year I started too late. Last year I was like halfway through the summer, and I remember Mary was like, Mia, you're getting all these points, and it was almost like I should have planned it a little bit sooner to have like an idea of where to stack them. So I just think going into it, it might be good just to kind of have a little bit of a plan ahead of time. And then you can kind of, things change, but at least then you have an idea of where to strategically place people if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And for those who don't know, when you enroll someone, you can place them under other people as a way to help you build your business as you're growing your legs, and to help other people build their businesses as they're growing theirs. And to do that, when somebody enrolls with you, you can move them within the first 30 days. So you send an email to resolutions@youngliving.com and just say, you give your member number, and I'd like to move Jane Doe, member number 12345. I'd like to put her under Mary Slight. Mary Slight will be the sponsor. I'll stay the enroller. You include Mary's member number as well. And as long as it's done within the 30-day period, and you can do it over the phone if it's the first 5 days. I usually miss the 5-day window, but you can do it via email up to 30 days. But it's a great way of building your legs and helping other people, which is really the coolest part, helping them build. I was gonna say something. I had a thought. It'll come back. I don't know where it went.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you enroll somebody and for the Bora Bora,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or the Dream 500, should I go ahead and enroll them just underneath me and then change them? Or should I just go ahead and use them, somebody on my first level, use them as their sponsor and me as my enroller? Will I still get the points for the Dream 500?
Yeah, as long as you're the enroller, it doesn't matter who the sponsor is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's you're personally enrolled, so don't change the enroller. Just it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you're going to put them under someone, like right when you enroll them, you can list yourself as the sponsor, and as the enroller, and someone else as the sponsor. But you still have that time to change it. But the person is going to get a notification that you've put someone under them. So then it gets a little awkward. You wouldn't want to change the person afterwards, because then it'd be like, oh, Sally, you're going to, you have this new person under you. And then it'd be like, psych, not really, Sally.
Right.
She's going under someone else. So if you're not positive,
Yes. Yeah.
put them under you as enroller and sponsor. And then you have 30 days to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, I've always asked if I can put somebody underneath them. So far, I've only gotten one person that said yes, so that's okay. More will come.
That they say no when you offer to
I've only got actually one that's actually she's enrolled to herself, and then I placed my aunt underneath her.
Okay.
So yeah, we were trying to get her to start, and unfortunately we didn't make it, but she was 2 off because of where she placed both of her people directly under her, and then I had my aunt underneath her as well, so she doesn't have any legs.
Oh,
so she missed it by one person and then the legs. So yeah. We tried though.
Yeah.
Have you asked so there have been people you've asked about placing people under that have said no? Or
Yes, I have one that she's just not ready right now. She's pretty young. Her mom is my best friend is the one that said yes, and then her mom enrolled. So when her mom enrolled with me, she enrolled the next month, but her mom didn't want to do the business, and she's like, no, don't place her underneath me. So I just placed her underneath me, and now my best friend she's enrolling, and it's been probably 6-7 months since they enrolled. So I might, in the time, when the time comes, see if, because can't you enroll them? I know you have to pay to have them moved, right?
yeah, so moving the mom under the daughter because the daughter's building a business. Is that
Well,
what you mean?
the mom's building the business, and so I'd move the daughter underneath her.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she'd have both of her daughters and her aunt and my aunt.
Yeah.
So that would actually give her the legs that she needs. I mean, she still won't get the silver bound bonus, but she would still hit star, right?
Yeah. So star is just 500
Yeah.
OGV. Yeah. And she'd be on, and with having legs, regardless of silver bound, she'd be on her with, a good way of being strategic with the legs. You can, does she order regularly, the daughter?
There's 7. I've got 7.
But the daughter, does the
5
daughter
of them,
order?
yes, 5 of, there's 5 of them that order every month on ER. So I've got a total of 7. The daughter is 1.
Okay. So the daughter has nobody under her, correct?
No.
Okay. The daughter can move if she doesn't order regularly, it'd be different, but you could have your 3 closest upline. Because I mean, really that's just moving somebody with a family member, right? On your same team. There's there's a form, your 3 closest upline sign it. And you just say you would like, the daughter to be under, and you pay, somebody would pay $35. So normally it'd be the daughter. Sometimes if I'm moving somebody like that, I'll put a $35 credit on their account, and then they'll use that if it's something that I'm doing. And the downline form is in the virtual office. I mean, the upline signature form. It's I can find it, but it's somewhere in the virtual office. But yeah,
okay.
Then it helps the mom.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll talk to her and see what she says about that.
And
Since
if
she's
star, then you get 5 points for Bora.
Yeah. So I can share with you guys maybe what I'm doing. Before well, now I'm in the rise, but before that I didn't know if anybody was going to do any kind of challenges or anything. So I'm actually doing one for my own team that focuses on transfer buying, because I have some of them, the 2 that's not on essential rewards, I would really like to get them on essential rewards. And then I've got 3 that has gone inactive. So trying to get them to get back at it. And so I'm doing a little transfer buy. It's like 90 days, and I'm just going with them. I had them start with the rise, and then I'm trying to encourage them to do like some online classes. Now I'm going to change it to parties instead after listening to this, but and do some stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Does for those, since it's a recording, I don't know who's going to watch the replay, but for those who don't know, Rise is a really cool booklet that Young Living released. I'll put the link in the chat. A really great way. It's, what is it? Live it, learn it, share it? No, something like that. There's 3 phrases. And there's also, if you guys aren't in, I'll just share this. There's a Facebook group called Rise. So if you're watching the replay, reach out to like me or Kelly or Ashley or Kay, and we'll get you added in there. But it's a great, here's a group. It's a group that's following the Rise booklet along, and then there's weekly Zoom calls, and there's power hours, and there's all kinds of things that even help you be more strategic with all of this, and following it. I mean, regardless of the Dream 500, it's a great way to build a stable business with Young Living, but it's going hand in hand with the 3-month period of the Dream 500. So it's really cool. I can't, of course, now I can't. Oh, here it is. Here's the link to and I'll share the link for the Rise booklet. It's just like a share. There's a better link, but I'm just going to share this for right now. That's what I have. But
It's live it, share it, grow it.
live it, share it, grow it. There we go.
Got the little booklet, right? It's a good little booklet. I mean, they have some great exercises in it. I think they took input from Royal Crown Diamonds and, just people who have been successful, and what do you do and what do you teach your people, and they put it in this booklet. So it's awesome, and it's available to all of Young Living, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to share some. This is something I did twice, in May once and in June, I think. So nothing to do with this, with the Dream 500, but it's an interesting idea as we talk about transfer buying and the need, to get toxins out of your home and all these great products that we have. I paired up with some leaders like Kara Kozier and Kay Cooney and Stephanie Morum, and we did a stink, the documentary Stink. We did a stink viewing, and the first time we did it, we were all a little hesitant of who's going to join us on Zoom and watch a 90-minute documentary, right? And we debated, do we break it up into 2 sessions? But then it's like, for people to have a calendar, 2 times it's going to work for them. So we went ahead with it. And the first time we had over 100 people, and almost everybody stayed to the end. So depending how, and it's on Netflix, it's on a bunch of places. I use Netflix. The person it was just like this. And I was the person that was sharing the screen. So I was the only one that couldn't be muted. Everyone else had to mute. It was a little bit precarious because I was like, nobody talk. For watching them, I was like, shoot, I didn't think that through. But anyway, so we watched the movie. We broke about 45 minutes in. There was kind of we just stopped it, and we opened it up. I can't remember who, but like Kay and Kara or something. But not really a presentation, but just kind of talked about what we were learning so far in the movie, and toxins, and just things we were outraged by. Right, that movie. Every time I see it, I just get more and more irritated with what goes on. And then at the end, we had another little roundtable discussion, and then provided a close, and we really talked about for people who aren't members yet, getting a kit, to help them detoxify their home. If you are a member, and everyone getting on Essential Rewards. But we also talked a lot about we kind of not took advantage, but leveraged the frustration and anger that movie can bring out, especially if you're hearing some of that information for the first time, and about how important it is to be an influencer and help other people make these changes. So really getting people signed up, helping people get on ER, but also really, really encouraging that you can go out and help your friends get this junk out of their home, all these things that you've seen. So encouraging that business building aspect, but in a little bit slightly different way. We did it twice. It was very successful. It was on many levels, and it was fun. It was fun, and we were hesitant about the length, but people didn't. They loved it. The second one had less people, but we all admitted we all dropped the ball on the promotion, because promotion is the whole thing, right? The first time we were constantly texting and talking about it and messaging and posting all the things. If you don't do that, then no one knows about it. But it was a fun. Or if you're having a few people over, or in the backyard with some sort of projector or computer screen or something, it could be a fun little get together as well, to have a front porch chat, whatever you're comfortable with or guidelines are in the state in which you live.
Does anybody have any hesitation or questions, or how do you approach people, or questions like that? We've got, it's 50. So anything we can brainstorm for people? I always like brainstorming.
Mhm.
Nothing. Has anybody ever given sulfurzyme to their dog? I'm going to try that.
Why? What? No, I
I
haven't.
thought that because I was giving him the pet CBD and I wasn't sure which CBD to give him. And then I saw Danette Goodyear did a post on sulfur. I was looking for some information on sulfurzyme, and the post I pulled up was Danette Goodyear's. And she was like, first a little story, and she talked about how she gave it to her dog that was having all kinds of problems. And I think part of it was parasites and something else. And I was like, sulfurzyme's so good for joints. I'm like, so Wags will eat anything. So I sprinkled it on his food. Day one, we'll see. So I'll keep you posted. I was just curious.
Well,
No,
I upped my sulfurzyme. I'm doing like 4 a day, and this is finally settling down my crazy chemical burn on my hand. So I figure it's good for skin. So it does wonderful things. So
I can't believe how badly your hands were.
It's ridiculous.
From
And they called me back from Aldi, but I was like, what are they going to, they're not going to admit it. She said it was like Lysol. I was like, this wouldn't be from Lysol. I'm sure it was some Mojo. So now when I go to the grocery store, I like sale flyer, like sheets in my car, and I grab one from the car and I wrap it from the I had to take Tony to the.
What happened?
I went to Aldi in the usually you have to put a quarter to get your cart or whatnot, and there was a man there, and he was like, oh no, you don't have to pay, and he sprayed the cart and handed it to me, and I took the cart and it was wet because he had just sprayed it. So I went through the car, the grocery store, I did my business, and then I was like, gosh, my hand's a little bit sore, and I was like, oh, whatever. I didn't really think anything of it. By the time I got home, it's probably, you can maybe see it now though. Here, it's like my palm, like where I held the cart, I got a chemical burn from whatever cleaner they were using on the cart. And that was like the beginning of June. Like it has been over a month. And I called and they said it was just Lysol. Like they took a while getting back to me. And I said, oh, I realized, I should have worn gloves, but my doctor wants to know exactly, what it was. So I know that that's a chemical that I need to avoid. And they didn't get back to me until I think it was like 10 days. They finally got back to me and said it was just Lysol, like the regular Lysol disinfectant. And I was like, whatever. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Feel better. Yikes.
Thank you.
Oh.
So I've been putting on my oils and rose ointment and animal scents and lavender lotion. So just kind of depending on, but this week I upped the sulfurzyme. So I don't know, it feels better. So let's see.
It's awful.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, if no one else has anything else, I'm going to share that tracker link as well with Ashley and Kay, and they can put it in their groups if they haven't done so already. Ooh, I forgot. There is also a Bora Bora bound Facebook group that's huge and cross-line. There's a ton of people in it. And, everyone's sharing various things that they're doing. It's called, I'll put it in the chat, but it's called Bora Bora Bound. Chat. I'll also click on it. I can't. I feel like I just need to always have my glasses. I can't see anymore. I want to see how many. Anyway, there's a lot of people in it. I can't figure out where to see that. Oh, here we go. Well, I don't know. It doesn't say how many, but there's a lot of people. That's all I'm going to say. There's lots. But there's so much, people are just sharing all kinds of interesting things that they're doing and videos, and some just kind of more like rah, like let's go kind of posts as well. there's a great thread for like following each other on Instagram and kind of commenting and supporting people just to, it's 10,000 members. So yes, lots of people. But that's a great group, Bora Bora Bound. But yeah, with all of those ways to earn points, I can't wait to see you on Bora Bora, right? And we're all, obviously we're going to have those boxes of cool oil. Well, cool. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.